Take Two family. This is the show you've been waiting for. You ask about it every single month now. And so today is the day, and it is give us your best clean joke. That's right. Give us your best clean joke. We're going to have a little fun, a little laughter today. And I think we need it in this world. So that is wonderful. All you have to do is call this number, 833-288 EWTN, that's 833-288-3986, and you'll tell the joke to Matt Gabinski. He'll approve it. He'll put you on hold. You'll get to listen live, and you'll be on the stage with the world on the Take Two platform, telling your joke and letting everyone have a little bit of laughter today. So that's how it works with our best clean joke show, and I stress that. Now we have an extra treat today that we normally don't have, and Charles is our producer, we're so excited because Dave Palmer, who was on the show yesterday as our guest, speaking about angels, because he's an expert in the Summa Theologia. And he is also the executive director in the Guadalupe Radio Network's North Texas office, also the host of Back to the Father, which talks all about St. Thomas Aquinas and the Summa. But Dave has come back to be part of this joke show. And there's a reason behind this. We want to share with the Take Two family the reason that Dave Palmer came back a second time. Welcome, Dave, to our Clean Joke Show.
Well, this is very exciting. I'm looking forward to it tonight. I just have great admiration for anybody who calls in and tells jokes because you kind of put yourself in the spot, you know. But I have sat at my desk and laughed out loud at these shows with jokes. So it's good to be part of it again. Thanks for inviting me back.
Well, there's a little story behind this as to why we invited you back today. And I'm so glad you agreed to come back onto the show. But let me give the number again. This is our best clean joke show. So everybody on YouTube, get going with those jokes, and Michael McCall will get those to us, and Charles will read those and actually deliver those jokes so we can all laugh. But if you want to call in, this is the show to do it. 833-288-3986. Get your best clean jokes together. Dave's got a joke. I'm ready to laugh. So here's a little story behind it that I think our Take Two family will get a kick out of. Dave and I have known each other for quite some time, and we are friends, and we've worked together on pledge drives. And one day I was sitting in the studio with him, and he was just making me laugh. He did this thing called Cowboy Dave, and it was hilarious. So much so that I almost couldn't finish doing my work in the studio. In fact, actually, the producer was like, if you keep this up, you're going to get kicked out of the studio, because I was laughing so hard. And then I never knew this. In all the years I've known Dave recently shared on radio something about your past, Dave, of when you were deciding what you wanted to be when you grew up. Can you share with us the story? Because we want to give you, we believe in letting people live out their dreams here on Take Two, and this is kind of maybe a chance for you to live this out again.
Yeah, I think that, it's my story is less living out your dreams as opposed to kind of getting something out of your system, right? So when I was in my mid-20s, I wanted to be a comedian. I thought that, I made my sister and my mom laugh. And so I thought, well, certainly I can stand in front of a lot of people and make them laugh. And so I took the bold move of moving to Hollywood. I was working in Top 40 radio at the time, and they changed formats. And I thought it was a good opportunity to move out to Hollywood. And I had a cousin who lived in Los Angeles, so I had a place to live. And so I went out there, and I actually worked at the Improv on Melrose Avenue in their marketing department at the time. I wasn't doing comedy at the Improv. So I went to one open mic night in Hollywood, and I got up there and I looked out and I saw a sea of faces, and I started telling jokes and nobody laughed. Oh. And so rather than finishing my bit, I just said, I need to go home and practice more. And I walked off stage, and that was the end of my comedy career in Hollywood. And I never went back up again. So anyway, that's my sad story, but I got it out of my system, and here I am, on a joke show across the EWTN network. So I think in the end, it all worked out real well. This is redemption. Davey, this is redemption.
The redemption,
those embarrassing days in Hollywood many years ago.
Now, I do have to ask this question, but I want to give the number again. We want to hear from our Take Two family. This is your show, Take Two, with Jerry and Debbie and you, with our guest Dave Palmer, who is joining in to have some laughs with us as the Take Two family. So this is your show. Please call in with your best clean joke. You don't have to be Catholic to call in. Okay, you are welcome because you're listening, so you're part of the Take Two family. 833-288-EWTN. We like to laugh here. You have to keep a little bit of a sense of humor to get through this crazy thing called life. 833-288-3986. That's the number to call. We do have our first person who's ready to tell their joke. But Dave, I just have to tap into this for a moment. How did you feel? You know me, I'm always into the feelings of things. Mm-hmm. So when you walked off stage, what do you remember your first thoughts about how you felt?
Yeah, obviously there's a thought of embarrassment, but then I didn't know anybody in the crowd, so it's like, whatever. I mean, nobody's gonna ever know who I am, and then it's also this like back to the drawing board kind of thing. Like, okay, that didn't work out. I did it. I gave it the old college try, and now I got to go back to my grungy apartment and try to write some better jokes. But that was it. I actually took a class in Hollywood about how to like be funny, and the guy had diagrams up on the board, and it was really funny. His whole premise was comedy is where you take somebody in one direction and they think they're going this way, and then you change the direction. So it's really about changing. You have an expectation that there's going to be a certain something, and then you change the direction, and then that's what's funny. And also, humans, I think, are the only ones that can be funny, the only one that can tell jokes. I mean, irrational creatures are very unfunny. They're not able to tell jokes. So it's a uniquely human thing.
Wow, interesting. Well, let's see if we can squeeze in Bridget from Houston, Texas on Guadalupe Radio Network. We're going to squeeze you in before the break. Can you tell us the first joke of this show? Hi, Bridget.
Oh, okay. Yes. Hi. Okay, yes. So 3 friends, senior citizens, they were talking about, getting old and being forgetful. So one of them, he said the other day, I was at the base of the staircase. I wasn't sure if I was going up or I had just come down.
Okay, Bridget, hold on one second. I really, please forgive me. I don't want to do this. I have to put you on hold. We're going to make sure your connection is clear. And so, Matt, if you could pick up just to make sure we have the connection. Bridget, stay with us. Don't go anywhere. You hear that break. When we come back, give us your best clean joke here on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. And we have our guest, Dave Palmer, with us as well. We'll be right back.
This is Life Issues with Brad Mattis, president of Life Issues Institute.
The more stories I read about successes in front of abortion centers, the more convinced I am a prayerful presence makes a big difference in the lives of women and couples who were abortion-bound. 3 who came from different pro-life states to have an abortion changed their minds at an abortion center in Wichita, Kansas. A woman with her baby was praying as a couple went in, but the mere presence of the baby convinced them to leave. Another woman felt a strong urge to run out of the abortion center and get away. Another couple was offered a free ultrasound before going in for an abortion. After seeing their baby, they chose life. Imagine the joy of being something so important. Please reach out to 40 Days for Life to help save lives.
For more information, visit our website at lifeissues.org and stay informed, more informed than you've ever been.
Another great podcast on EWTN Podcast Central is Restless. It's 4 zany Catholic young adults seeking God in the midst of this crazy mixed-up world. They discuss life, relationships, work, fun, and everything else in our world through the lens of our Catholic faith. You can hear this and other faith-filled podcasts from our friends and affiliates around the world at EWTN Podcast Central. Visit EWTN.com/radio and click on Podcast Central today.
Turn to me and laugh about today.
Oh, what a catchy little jingle Central here for our Best Clean Joke show. We're going to get back to Bridget in just a moment, and she can officially tell her first joke of this show. Dave Palmer is with us as our guest, and we are just so glad that he could join us for the entire hour. But before we get to Bridget, let me just share this with our listeners about Audible. EWTN podcasts are available on Audible. Weekday shows from the Sunrise Morning Show through Ave Maria in the afternoon, plus the latest weekend programming. So that's exciting to get that on Audible, the weekend programmings, because the spirit world is on the weekends. You can find it all on the Audible app. And by the way, if you missed the program from yesterday on angels, pick it up in the archives because Dave did a phenomenal job with the callers and great stories came in. But we'd like to hear your best clean joke today. This is the show. We got to go fast. 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. And we're going to get back to Bridget in Houston, Texas. So, Bridget, we're going to start over. So rewind a little bit and tell us your very funny joke.
Okay. So 3 friends, senior citizens, they were talking about, getting old and forgetful. So the first one said, "Oh yeah, the other day I was at the foot of the staircase, and I wasn't sure if I was going up or going down." The other one said, "Oh, that's nothing. I was at the refrigerator, out of milk in one hand, and the door with the fridge in the other hand. But I wasn't sure if I had, if I was taking the gallon of milk out, or I was going to put it back in." And the third one said, "Oh, that's not your pudding. I'm fine." And then he knocks on the table beside him, and he asked, "Was that the front or back door?"
I love your giggle. Oh my goodness. You have a great giggle. Do you know what I think? I think it is so adorable when folks deliver a joke and then giggle right after it, because it automatically makes people laugh and smile. Right, Dave?
Makes it funnier. Yeah, it means they appreciate their joke, and so do we. That's cool. Thanks.
Yes. So thank you, Bridget. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you consider yourself having a good sense of humor?
Oh, yes. I love to laugh. I love to tell jokes. And I remember jokes. I really like that about myself.
Mm-hmm.
People tell me jokes and I remember.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's so interesting. Dave and I were just talking about that before we started the show, that some people can recall jokes and they have just a memory bank of jokes in their head. And some people, they struggle to remember even the simplest of jokes. So that's good job. That's a gift, I think, from God. Thank you so much for being first up here on Take Two on our Best Clean Joke Show. And I know we've got jokes coming in on social media, and some have come in already from, I think Jack Williams already sent in a joke and things like that. And Dave, you brought in a joke with you as well. Tell your joke, Dave, about the alphabet. I love that one.
Yeah, this one, it says, okay, I know a guy who only knows 25 letters of the alphabet, and he doesn't know why. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
He has no idea. He doesn't know why. I went, but by the way, Debbie, I went back to our office. We have a volunteer, Cynthia, who's helping us today at the studio. Mm-hmm. And I told her what we were going to be talking about on the show today, and she rattled off like 10 jokes. And she said, "I have so many in my head," and that's a rare gift, because I don't know an hour from now if I could tell you one joke, even the ones we heard on the show. Mm-hmm. So some people have that gift, and Bridget apparently has that. Absolutely,
absolutely. Now there was another Bridget who was waiting patiently from Bloomington, Illinois, Catholic Spirit Radio. And I believe you dropped off. So Bridget from Catholic Spirit Radio, listening there, please call back. But in the meantime, we're going to get to Rick from Colorado. And Rick is Catholic, listening on Catholic Radio Network, and is in Fort Collins. So hi, Rick. Welcome to the Best Clean Joke Show.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Go right ahead.
So I'm getting older, and I was kind of feeling that I might have a little bit of arthritis. So I went to the doctor and told them that, and they ran some tests, and they said, "No, you do not have arthritis." He says, "But what you do have is onset rigor mortis."
Oh, gosh. I like how you weren't couldn't quite tell if he was telling the joke or not. You're like, okay, is this setting up the joke or is this a joke? Yeah. That was good.
Rick, that's hilarious. It's interesting. We get a lot of jokes coming in from Colorado. You guys have a great sense of humor. Do you notice it there? Because I'm looking back on some of the list of the calls we've gotten. We've gotten a lot from Colorado.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's probably because you guys love to be out in nature. You have beauty. You know what? I think when you appreciate, this is just my thought. If you appreciate nature, you're out there, walking and hiking and doing things. It does elevate your spirit. Don't you think, Dave?
Yeah, I was thinking the opposite. Like if I was in Colorado, I would just spend all my time outside in nature. But if you're in a place that isn't quite as beautiful, then you go inside and you go on the computer and you search dad jokes on Google. So,
right.
But yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, that was good, Rick. Thanks.
That was good. Thank you, Rick. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, Rick is going to free that phone line. We'd love for you to give us your best clean joke. Now, we have heard jokes before over the years, and we'd like to hear them again because Dave and I are getting older by the second. And so we're not going to necessarily remember the jokes from a couple months ago. So we would like to laugh again. So the number to dial is 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. This is our best clean joke show. You don't have to be Catholic to call in, but we're going to hear Lou's joke from South Louisiana, listening on Catholic Community Radio. Hi, Lou. Hello, Lou.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Hi. Do I turn my radio off?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. And then you go ahead and you're on stage. You're on stage on the Take Two Improv.
Oh.
There you go.
Hello.
Bringing back bad memories, Debbie.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lou.
Okay. So it's funny what you just said about not remembering. I get invited to parties and just to tell jokes. And it's so funny because at our age, I can tell the same one every month and they forget. But anyway, my joke is this. Okay, so this little boy would go spend every Saturday with his papa. Every Saturday. Love their Saturdays together. So one Saturday he gets there and he says, Papa, could you do like a frog? Could you like croak like a frog? And Papa said, well, sure. So he did it. The little boy said, oh, I'm so happy. Do it again. So he did it again. Oh, Papa, I'm so happy. He said, do it again. He said, yeah, well, why you keep asking me to do that? He said, well, last night I heard my parents talking, and they said the only way we could afford to go to Disney World was if Papa croaked.
Oh my goodness.
Some dark jokes today, huh?
Yeah. Oh my. Do you tell this joke in public?
Well, actually, I heard that from the priest in his homily.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I have to tell you something. And Dave took a class in this on how to, tell jokes and what makes jokes funny. And when he was long ago, when he was pursuing that very short career in comedy. But wouldn't you agree, Dave, that Lou, she delivers the joke very well?
I was thinking the exact same thing. As she was setting it up, I thought she has a good way of delivering jokes. Yeah, yep. Exactly. Like you've done this before. You say you actually do this every month. You tell jokes to folks. Is that right?
Pardon?
Oh, do you do this regularly, where you go places and tell jokes to people?
Everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go. Good.
Yeah. And now on the radio.
And now on the radio. I think we started a career for you here, Lou. You're amazing. I love your giggle as well. Everybody's got a great giggle. I think it's powerful too. And I think it does really elevate the spirit. Lou, you're awesome. Thank you so much for making us laugh today and putting a big smile on our faces. And also, another shout out to Bridget. If you'd like to call back, Bridget, please do so. It was the other Bridget. We had two, and and Bridget was from Illinois. So if you'd like to call back, we'll slip you right into the front of the line because you were actually going to be second today on Take Two, the joke show. So if you have a really good, clean joke, you want to share it with the world, this is the place to do it. This is the show to do it. 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. And we're going to go back to the phones in just a moment, but I got to check in with social media with Charles Beery, and we've got a lot of folks typing in jokes. So, Charles, do you have anything for us?
Yes. So, Joe says, what is a good accident in golf called?
What is a good accident in golf called?
Yeah, a good accident.
I don't know. What?
A good shot.
What?
A good shot.
A good shot.
Okay. Do you have another one? That was a good one. See, Dave. Just so you know, a lot of the Take Two family sends in golf jokes because that's
because they know you're a golfer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Charles, give us another one.
Okay, Georgia asks, what kind of music do angels like?
Ooh, this is for Dave. What kind of angels what kind of music does angels like?
Soul music.
Which is interesting because angels don't have souls. Yeah, that's...
There you go. You just ruined that joke,
I'm
Dave.
getting too optimistic on you. But Debbie, have you noticed that a couple of the jokes have had kind of death themes? And I said, oh boy, kind of dark. But humor allows us to take serious topics and make light of it, and it's almost like a coping mechanism, wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
There's a certain coping, that you can laugh about something. Not that you're not taking it seriously, but you gotta laugh. What do they say? If you don't laugh, you'll cry, right?
Right. I will try to remember the papa with the croaking one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay, let's thank you, Charles. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. We want you to join us with your best clean joke at 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. We have Dave Palmer with us. He was with us yesterday talking about angels. He came back today because he loves to laugh, and he's a dear friend of ours. He's the executive director of the North Texas Guadalupe Radio Network and also the host of Back to the Father, all about St. Thomas Aquinas. So, Dave's got a great sense of humor. I'll tell you what, he's really fun to work with. So let's go to Diane, Dave, from Minnesota, listening on Alexa. Hi, Diane, you're up next.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Oh, we're having fun today. It's always good to have fun every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to join in. Can you make a song out of the words analyze and anatomy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Seems like a brain teaser here. Analyze an anatomy.
Yes.
Dave's trying to figure it out. Okay.
I got to write it down. I got to see it visually. Anatomy and analyze.
Dave, this is radio. You can't be writing stuff down. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm very curious how this ends.
Okay. Tell us.
Okay. My analyze over the ocean. My analyze over the sea. My analyze over the ocean. Please bring back my anatomy.
Okay.
Can I respond with a music related joke for her?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is Diane. Diane, how do you go to a concert for only 45 cents?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Well, the rapper 50 Cent is playing, and the opening band is Nickelback. Have you heard of those two groups?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard anything they've ever done, but I've definitely heard of them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was great. I have to tell you, Diane, you have a beautiful voice. Do you sing?
I do. I'm actually a cantor at my church.
I thought so. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say you need to be in ministry. Your voice is gorgeous. So that was hilarious. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to try to sing that joke as well. But I have to go back to the show. I'll have to repeat it after. Yeah. And practice a little bit. Diane, you're awesome. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And thanks for being in ministry. I love when folks are involved in ministry. What are you laughing
Jack says
about?
this is why he doesn't invite Thomists to parties, because they ruin the angel jokes because they get too serious about them. Okay.
That was kind of funny. It was a funny joke. And then you go, but angels don't have souls.
Totally ruined the joke.
Okay, we're going to go to Michael from Virginia on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the program.
Hello there.
Hello. Go right ahead, Michael. We are listening, and we can't wait to laugh.
Okay, I think you'll like this one. Why is the tabernacle in the church usually full?
Oh, why?
Because everything in it is mass-produced.
Yeah. Oh.
I had a delay.
See, that's one of those things where you're like, oh, where is this going? Because this is such a serious, sublime topic, like, oh my goodness, is this going to be reverent? But it was that was a good play on words. Yeah,
that was
interesting.
That was really good. Michael, I get the feeling that you have other jokes as well. Do you have another one?
Yeah, and you'll like this one too. Mm-hmm. Why is Catholicism such a popular faith?
Why?
It always was a religion for the masses.
There's like a theme here.
Oh my goodness, that was really good, really, really good. I'm so glad you waited and to get on air with us and get us to smile. And we actually got a couple comments that have come in from your joke, Michael. Thank you so much. God bless you, and you will free that phone line in just a second, so somebody else can pick it up at 833-288 EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. This is your show, guys. We love to laugh, keep a sense of humor, so give us your best clean joke, and we'll be right back.
Somehow we've got it in our heads that simple or unnoticed work is a waste of time. In the words of Mike Rowe, we've declared war on work. We've created a caste system where everyone from plumbers to garbage men are at the bottom and Hollywood stars are at the top. Maybe that's why so many new parents get depressed. I'm just cleaning poop and cooking dinners now. Simple work. How's that matter? Maybe I don't matter. Ever stop and think that Jesus spent most of his life doing manual labor? The God of the universe spent most of his life as a small-town carpenter. Look, we can get by without the rich and famous, but without people to remove our trash, raise our food, and change the diapers, the gears of human history would come to a grinding halt. I think maybe our vision of what matters is off, and we become less happy as people and less stable as a society because of it. That quiet, often unnoticed work you do every day, it matters a lot, and so do you. This is Chris Stefanik from RealLifeCatholic.com on EWTN Radio.
This is Jerry Usher. If you missed part of today's show, catch the encore tonight at midnight Eastern or anytime at EWTN Podcast Central. Visit us at EWTN.com/radio/podcasts.
The most original Catholic content is on EWTN Radio.
Each week on the world over, we try to bring you perspectives you're not going to see anywhere else, even in Catholic media. And we also try to bring those cultural figures, world leaders, decision makers, to the audience in, I hope, vibrant way.
The World Over with Raymond Arroyo. Tonight, 8 Eastern on EWTN Radio and Television.
I'm Deacon Harold Burke-Sivers. Join me for Beacon of Truth today at 4 p.m. Eastern.
On the next Beacon of Truth, Father Wade talking about his new book, Stand Firm, and Soulful Psalm 89.
Now back to Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie.
You'll turn to me and laugh about today.
Oh, we love to laugh here on Take 2 with Jerry and Debbie. I'm Debbie Georgianni, and my guest for a second time this week is Dave Palmer, and we're so glad he's with us. He's from Guadalupe Radio Network and the host of Back to the Father. And Dave has a great sense of humor and wanted to laugh with us, the Take 2 family. Everybody wants to be part of the Take 2 family. So I just love that we are able to do this show every couple months. I know you guys ask for it every month, but I have to tell you, believe it or not, it's a little bit of a difficult show for me because I have to kind of maintain my composure, talk, not have my makeup run down my face from laughing too hard, not take a sip of water, because one time I did that as I was laughing and it wasn't good all over my desk. And so it's really a difficult show to do, but I love it. And Dave, you know how I love to laugh. So let's go back to the phones, Dave. Patrick is waiting so patiently from Buffalo, New York on the Station of the Cross. Hi, Patrick.
Hello.
Hello. Go right ahead, sir.
Hi, how are you this morning, Debbie? This is quite a change to have jokes today from your serious topics. It's awesome.
Thank you. Every once in a while, Patrick, we got to lighten it up a bit and just laugh and have some good, healthy laughter. Because, you know, Jesus, he was all human and all divine. So he experienced everything that we experience. And that has to include laughter. Right, Patrick?
Absolutely. And I have to say that God has to have a sense of humor. He made us.
Yeah, true. True.
all the time, what we do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's my joke. All right. So St. Peter is at his post at the pearly gates of heaven. And he's standing here, and he hears the voice of God. And he goes, Peter? And the saint goes, oh, no, what? Yes, Lord, what's going on? I kind of have a question. You know, I'm kind of concerned, you know, that I gave you a list of all the folks who are supposed to be in heaven. And I'm getting people on the list that are not there. Can you explain? Because, well, I'm very diligent, God the Father. I checked the list, but, you know, I'm doing what you say, but there's a problem. What is the problem? Do I need to put James and John in charge? No, you really don't need to, God the Father. The problem is, I hate to admit it, but Our Lady is opening the side door and letting all these extras in. Okay, Peter, I guess I'll allow it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, all right. Do you want to comment first, Dave?
No, I was also thinking, like, kind of like with Lou, is that Patrick strikes me as the kind of guy that tells jokes a lot and is kind of he's good at telling jokes. And this was one of those ones where you had to follow it along to kind of see where he's going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like your build-up, Patrick. I like your delivery, and I think it is, and I like your tone. I think there's a certain wouldn't you agree, Dave? There's a certain tone to deliver jokes, especially when it revolves around religion or around biblical characters or anything like that. You have to maintain that so people stay with it and not start having their mind wander. Right?
Yeah, you got to keep their interest, especially if it's kind of a long joke like that. You got to, if people are following along and and as you're listening to it, you're hoping you catch the punchline when the punchline is given and you don't miss it.
Exactly. So Patrick, let me ask you a question. Okay, so that was a really good one. Do you have like a knock joke or anything like that? Because that's kind of the level that Dave and I are at today.
Oh boy. No, I haven't done knock joke forever. You put me on the spot.
No, I don't want to put you on the spot. I don't want you to walk off stage the way Dave did.
Who's there? Oh, I got it. All right. Knock.
Who's there?
Nobody.
Oh.
Nobody.
Hey, Patrick, knock.
Yes. Who's there?
Hotch.
Hotch?
You're supposed to say achu, and I say gesundheit.
Those are bad.
That's the level we're at today, Patrick. So no, we thank you so much, Patrick. You are so quick-witted. I love that.
That's today. You've been a soldier. All those phone calls, especially with about Luce. You've been a soldier dealing with those calls. So we need it.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate the kind words and support. Thank you for brightening our day. We appreciate it. We're going to go now to Peggy. Peggy's waiting right after Patrick on Catholic Radio Network from Missouri. So, hi, Peggy. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'm one of our dear priests from a long time ago. He was celebrating his 40 years of being a priest. And after the homily, he said, in closing, I hope that one day I die. When I die, I go like my grandfather did, peacefully in his sleep, not like the other 6 passengers screaming in his car.
Okay, I can't contain myself. Okay, you know what I love about the way you delivered the joke is you kind of just tailed off at the end, which made us want to hear, right? Which made us want to hear more.
And that's what he did. He was so good at delivering jokes and stuff. And we had the Knights of Columbus there and everything. And one man that was a knight, he was also our parishioner, one of our parishioners in the church. And I never saw him smile. I never saw him laugh. He went to church there forever, and he about fell out of the pew when Father delivered that. So it was really good.
Oh my
but again, it's kind of a dark, thing. It's like we laugh.
Yeah.
It's related to death,
Yeah.
and it's like, if
And
you
he
don't
always
laugh, you're
went
going to
there.
cry.
Yeah. But you know what? I think, it's a reality, right, Peggy? It's a reality. We're going to face that. So we have to really, I think when you approach things with a healthy sense of humor, now, not everything, I don't agree with flippancy or anything that's disrespectful or anything that's blasphemous. But when a healthy sense of humor, you can really lighten the most darkest and difficult times. Wouldn't you say, Peggy?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. I love it. Well, you are amazing. Thank you so much for calling in and being part of our joke show this month. And here's the number if you'd like to get in on this action. We got a lot of folks coming in on social media today. More calls we're going to get to, but there's room for you at 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. And we do kind of a lightning round at this point where we try to get as many jokes in as possible. So if you have a really clean joke, you just share it with Matt Kabinski, then he'll put you on the air. We'll just rotate in as many calls as we possibly can. So we'll go back to the phones, Dave, with Jim from Northwest Ohio on our friends at Annunciation Radio. Hi, Jim. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, my story is about a guy stranded on an island for 25 years, and all of a sudden a rowboat comes up with a guy in it. And he says, oh, my gosh, he said, I haven't seen another person in 25 years. And the guy says, nobody else lives on this island? He says, no. But he says, I see up there on the ridge, there's 3 shacks. He says, why is there 3 shacks? Oh, I live in the center one, and the one on the right is where I worship. He says, well, what's the one on the left? Oh, that's where I used to worship before I changed church.
Oh my goodness, that was funny. Okay, that was really, really good. May I ask you a question? Have you always liked to share jokes, or did you learn this recently? I'm just curious because you sound like you're very natural at it.
Well, I've done it for many, many years.
I thought so.
And I give you a tip that a guy gave me once when he told me a joke. He says, the day you hear that joke, repeat it 3 times. Tell it 3 times, and you won't forget it.
Oh, wow. Did you know that, Dave, when you went through classes?
Apparently not. No.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But I think even if I repeated it 3 times, I think it's really kind of there's a certain type of memory that just allows some people to have a lot of jokes in the back of their head. And
right.
I'll try it, but nothing seems to work for me,
Yeah, let's try it, though. We'll practice it after the show. Thanks so much, Jim. God bless you. Thank you for calling in and telling us your best clean joke. We'd like to hear from you now. There's still plenty of time, and we're going to do this lightning round of jokes. Matt's ready to go on the phones. The number to dial is 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. We are live today. I know that when we have guests, sometimes you guys think that we're recorded, and I understand that, but Dave wanted to come back with us today. We invited him back. He graciously accepted because he loves to laugh, and he's a great joke teller as well. And so he appreciates a good sense of humor. We wanted him to share in this experience, and so we need to hear your best clean jokes. You don't have to be Catholic to call in. 833-288-3986. Let's quickly check in with Charles. Charles, we got him coming in pretty quick on social media. Do you have another one for us? I hope you have another angel joke for us.
Yes. So this one, why don't angels wear watches?
Why?
Because they have all the time in the world.
Okay, that is true. They stand outside at times and they have all the time in the world, right, Dave?
Okay, yeah. Can I deflate the joke again?
Yes, go right ahead, Dave.
St. Thomas Aquinas actually says that there's time, there's eternity, and then there's like this middle thing that he calls aveternity, with that really the angels are related to, where there's a beginning but no end, and so it's interesting. But anyways,
so it's kind of like
anytime you try to incorporate Thomism into jokes, it never seems to help the joke very much,
Yeah,
but there are a couple places in the Summa that I think St. Thomas Aquinas is trying to be funny, but I wouldn't go to the Summa if you're looking for knee slappers. Yeah,
you're kind of bringing this conversation down a bit, Dave. I'm just teasing, Dave. You're awesome, but that's interesting. We should talk about that sometime because it's kind of like a different state of time, correct, for the angels?
Yeah, it's a different, somewhere between eternity and regular time.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I love that joke. We'll check in with Charles again, but we're going to get to Jackie from Kansas on Divine Mercy Radio. Hi, Jackie. Tell us your best joke.
Hi, Debbie. Yes,
Hi.
I just heard this joke the other day, and I thought it was really cute. A woman was visiting with her priest, and she says, "Father, I just don't know what to do. I have 2 female parrots, and the only thing they can say is, 'Hey, cutie, you want to have some fun?' And the priest says, 'Well, I have 2 male parrots, and they pray the rosary all the time, and so you bring yours over, and mine will be a good influence on yours.' So she brings her parrots over, and her parrots say, 'Hey, cutie, you want to have some fun?' And the priest's parrots say, 'Put down the beads. Our prayers have been answered.'"
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I've actually heard that joke before. That is fabulous. That is too funny. Where did you hear that? You said
you guys
heard it.
have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't know if you heard it from Mass. Do you know a lot of priests are bringing in jokes at the beginning, at the end of homilies? Have you had that experience?
I was just going to say that the closest parish to where I live, it's always had like Indian priests the last 5 or 6 years, and they will always start their homilies with a joke. And I've always kind of thought to myself, gosh, do I like this or not? But typically they're funny, and I understand a lot of people like to start their speeches with a joke to just kind of lighten things up a little bit. But I do find that is becoming increasingly popular with priests to do that at the beginning of homilies.
Yeah, that's Jackie. That is awesome. Thank you so much. You shared it beautifully. We've got others coming in. We actually have a priest that's going to tell us a joke in a little bit. We're going to get him ready to be on air with us in a moment. But there's room for you. Thank you again, Jackie. Jackie's going to free that phone line, and the number for you to call in to tell your best clean joke is 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Let's check back in with Charles because a lot are coming in on social media. By the way, Dave, wave to everybody on YouTube. The chats go strong on YouTube. So Charles, give us another joke.
Okay, so this one's from Timoteo, our good friend. Why did the dairy farmer quit dairy farming?
Oh, why?
He kicked the bucket.
Timoteo's great. Yeah,
I do. I love Timoteo. Way to go, Tim. That was a good one. Okay, Charles, we'll check back in with you in just a moment. We got to get to Father Andrew from British Columbia in Canada, Sirius XM 130. Father Andrew, we always let our priests have the floor, so welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it today.
Thank you.
Should make it a weekly occurrence.
Oh, weekly. Okay, Father, I'll do that.
Anyway, so I want to give you a good Armenian toast to the bride, for people that are looking for material, when the father needs to give that special toast. This is a very enduring one. It's today I want to toast my wonderful, wonderful new daughter-in-law, and I'd like to toast her coffee. May it be made of the finest oak, 100-year oak, and tomorrow we plant the acorns.
Oh, my goodness, Father. Father, have you told that joke at celebrations?
Oh, no, I tried it in Mexico when my son got married. I don't know if he ever forgave me, because unfortunately the guy translating into Spanish didn't know the Mexican word for Kaufman, and there was quite a scandal about that.
So it got kind of lost in the translation there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Father. How do you feel about when preaching, when our clergy and our ministers of the faith, when they do bring in jokes in the midst of something that is very serious to teach us about our faith? Do you think it's appropriate? I'm just curious.
Well, it all depends, I guess, on the situation. I'm not sure I'd want to do that at a funeral, but a wedding was okay.
A wedding was okay, yeah. So depending on what the environment was or the occasion, yeah, I agree. That's really good. Do you have another one for us real quickly? Or no? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, you want to knock? Okay, knock.
Yes, knock. Yeah, we love knock jokes. Go ahead.
Okay. Knock.
Dave.
Who's there?
Annoying cow.
Annoying child who?
Annoying cow. Annoying cow.
What? Annoying
That
what?
lost in translation.
Annoying cow?
Annoying.
Who?
Annoying cow. You just keep annoying you.
Oh, yeah, it just keeps annoying you, Dave. I got it.
Okay.
Listen,
okay.
I'm
All
a little
right.
bit slow today, but I even caught that one. That was a good one. I like that. I'm going to use that one. That one I can remember. Thank you so much, Father. God bless you. Thank you for brightening our day. We appreciate it. Great job. And we're going to get back to social media now because they're coming in very, very fast. Charles, give us another one.
Okay. Archaeology. Can you dig it?
I love those short ones like that, you know?
Yeah, I have
Don't you sometimes get a little nervous when somebody's telling a long joke, Debbie, about whether or not you're going to get it? Yeah, does that nervousness kind of settle in?
Yes, Dave. It's a problem that I have. That's one of the problems that I have with this show because I'm trying to take care of a lot of other things. And I'm like, if someone tells a joke longer than 30 seconds, I have to go, oh, I've got to pay attention, So knock is my speed. Okay, before we get back to the phones,
Can I tell you a knock joke?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo. Who?
Getting so emotional here.
Did I just ruin your joke?
That's okay. The knock jokes have not worked today.
They haven't. Okay, say knock, boo, and then
no,
the
because somebody
person
says boo hoo, and then you're like, "Are you okay?"
That's what I was waiting for you to say. Are you okay? And you didn't say that, so clearly you don't care. Okay.
I'm very insensitive. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing great. Okay, there is room for you to squeeze in with another joke. We're going to go back to the phones in just a second, but please, if you have one that you just have to tell the world today, call in 833-288-3986. This is actually an important announcement I just wanted to share with our listeners because Veterans Day was Monday, so it's very important that we honor all our veterans. Join us for the world over tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, EWTN radio and television tonight. On the world over with Raymond Arroyo, we are having a Veterans Day week best of featuring classic world over interviews with the late Lieutenant General Hal Moore and Admiral Jeremiah Denton, and actor, philanthropist, and veterans advocate Gary Sinise. And you can get all the news from the world over in your email inbox every week. All you have to do is visit EWTN.com and click on subscribe. But that's an important show tonight honoring our veterans. So please tune in. Okay, we're going to go, back to the phones. And Frank is waiting from Canton, Ohio on Sirius XM 130. Hey, Frank, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, go right ahead.
So there's an atheist, right? And he decides that he wants to take a walk in the woods and enjoy the quote-unquote accidents of nature. And so he's walking along, and the trees are rustled, blowing in the breeze, and there's little animals skittering across him. There's a river flowing to the left of him. And all of a sudden, this 7-foot bear comes out of the brush, and he starts to run away from the bear. And as he's running, he trips on a root on the ground, and he ends up lying down face up looking at the sky. And he says, "Oh, my God." the bear's about to pounce on him, and all of a sudden everything stops. The river stops flowing, the wind stops blowing, and this bright light comes down on the man, the atheist.
Mm-hmm.
And a voice comes out of it and says, after all these years of not believing in me and teaching other people not to believe in me, now you want my help? And he says, well, I guess that would be kind of hypocritical of me, wouldn't it? And he says, well, could you at least make the bear a Catholic? And God says, okay, I'll do that. And then snap, the light goes away, the river starts flowing, the wind starts blowing, the bear is brought back to life. But the bear kneels down next to him at this point and says, bless us, O Lord, for the gifts I'm about to receive from thy bounty.
Oh my goodness.
Have you heard that one before, Debbie?
I actually have, but a long time ago. That was really good. Again, I think everybody today did such a great job pacing themselves with the delivery of this. Frank, you are so awesome. Frank, I do have to comment. Thank you for making us smile. I do have to comment. You live in Canton, Ohio. I just love the Rhoda Wise house there and the Mother Angelica museum there. I just love. You live in a beautiful part of the country where I think is just so anointed.
We're at our church up in Green, Ohio. We're doing a Discovering Christ, which is a series with parishioners, and my wife organized a trip to Rhoda Wise's house for a group yesterday.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you making us smile and laugh today. And thank you for that great joke. And I know that we've already got a comment already that folks are loving the jokes today, which, I have to say the Take Two family loves to laugh, Dave, and it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Frank. Dave, I can see your brain working there. You've got another joke, I can tell.
Yeah, this is one, and this is I don't know if I'm going to say this well enough, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay. So my wife gets so upset at me because she says I have no sense of direction. So we got into a fight the other night, and I because of this, and I packed up all my stuff and I write. I told this to some of the people here in the office, and they're like, "Don't tell that one because it's too hard to explain, right?"
No, that's a good one.
As opposed to packing up your stuff and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. I get
what
it.
do they say? If you have to explain it, it's probably not a very good joke.
It's not going to work. Yeah. I will tell you though that with the delay on radio, there's a slight little delay. That's why you'll hear it's not that Dave and I have to actually think about it that much. It's just that we have that 2-second delay that it makes it seem like we're
with a
not
knock joke, Debbie.
What? You got another knock-knock joke?
Kathy has a knock-knock joke, apparently,
from
okay. Wisconsin.
Okay. Let's get to Kathy then. Okay, can we get to Kathy? Kathy in Wisconsin, go right ahead. We're going to squeeze you in before we end the show. You got a knock-knock joke.
Okay. Knock.
Okay, you got your radio on, Kathy, so turn down your radio real fast.
Okay.
And tell us
knock.
Go ahead.
Who's there?
Amos.
Amos who?
A mosquito bit me. Knock, knock.
Okay. Thank you. Who's there?
Andy.
Mandy who?
Andy bit me again.
They always come in threes. Is there another one?
No.
Oh, Kathy, you were precious.
I thought for sure there was going to be a third one, Kathy. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. Kathy, you were the perfect ending to this joke show. You hear the music. Dave Palmer, you're amazing. Thank you for joining us. I hope you get to join us again talking about the Summa on angels or anything else you want to share with us or being a part of our joke show every once in a while. So, Dave, God bless you. Keep telling those jokes and keep making people laugh. You do a great job.
All right, Dave. Thanks a lot. It's good to be with you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We want to thank the show team. This is actually a really hard show to do because there's a lot of moving parts today. So thank you, Charles Beery, our producer. Thank you, Matt Kabinski, answering phones. Michael McCall on social media doing a fine job. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about happy moments in life. And we want you to share the happiest moments in your life. That's tomorrow. Okay? Thank you to all the affiliates that carry the show. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful and blessed day. We'll see you real soon.
Do you have some major decisions to make in your life? Are you feeling lost and alone?